Welcome and welcome back to the Light Renegades. My name is Starr. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. To those that might be new, we are the Light Renegades. We are a collective of Pleiadian beings bringing you information from the stratospheres that are ever expanding, who are disclosing cosmic secrets and allowing for information to step forward to hopefully allow for you to step forward ever more in your sovereignty and in your power. That being said, I'm having such a time trying to get this video out for you all, and I can definitely feel the energy crunching around me, so please bear with me in this space, everyone. I definitely feel like I've been having to purge a lot of my own personal expression to be able to bring forward this information in the least biased understanding possible. And this channeling today is a stepping stone for what we'll be delving into next week. I feel like we've been having to wait for some in the collective to be ready to be stepping forward in this space, and there is going to be an attunement at the end of this short channeling from the Angelic Council. I'm going to bring them in live so that you can all attune into the frequency and see if this space is going to be for you, frequenting moving forward. And that being said, if you are here for the first time, I would highly suggest starting at the beginning of the Angelic Council series so you can get a feel for the Angelic Council's energies and what they are bringing forward to the table at this time. I feel like there is an expression of the angels that we haven't truly understood yet to our given understandings as a collective, as a whole, as sovereign beings here, and I'm very much looking forward to what the Angelic Council wish to bring forward. But that being said, it has been a quite sensitive space for me to be stepping into. I've definitely been triggered on all accounts with regards to this information being wanting to be brought forward through myself, and it's definitely pushed my own perspective and I guess personal expression to its deepest capacity of purging and healing within this space. And I wanted to share that the Angelic Council, when they first stepped in, said that Metatron, Michael, and Lucifer was also, heading and fronting this expression of the angels in this space. And Lucifer's energy has definitely taken on a whole dynamic of expression that I wasn't expecting. This is going to be something that Anna Maria and myself bring forward when it is time. But this understanding that, energy is just there, and it's about how you then engage within that space is, I guess, the base tone of what Lucifer's energy is feeling right now to me in my expression. So that's important to bring into this space as well. I think when, deciding if you're going to partake in this understanding, I was seeing Lucifer's energy is 50% light, 50% dark, and it's about how we engage within those spaces, how that expression steps forward to us in our personal expression. And definitely something that I've been toying with of late is this idea of, personal perceived biasness because of the lives that we've lived and the previous lives that we've also lived up until this moment in time. And that being an expression that isn't necessarily wrong, but that just means that there will be some that we do not necessarily correlate with in terms of information and understanding in this lifetime and lifetimes to come as well. So that's an expression to be taken into consideration when tapping into this channeling and seeing if you want to partake in the series with us in the Light Renegades. But that being said, there is plenty of other content for you to delve into at this time over here with the Light Renegades, and I want to put a massive trigger warning on all of our content because it does deal with a lot of shadow and taboo aspects and perhaps some topics that you might not be ready to be delving into at this moment in time. So please tread carefully and lightly in this space and make sure that you're looking after your mental health and your physical vessel alongside your spiritual expanse. It is so important and totally what do I want to share? Paramount that you make sure that you're looking after all facets of self within this space. But I think that we are touching aspects that is going to push the boundaries of succinct consciousness to its deepest capacity than we've ever experienced. And my dream time has definitely been reflecting this Angelic Council space, this understanding space. I had quite a profound dream last night that felt like it was many timelines culminating together, and then this expansive understanding of the universe at large and frequencies within that space. And it's not really something that I can put into words. It was more of just a vibration, and the visuals that were being shown to me, it felt like I was seeing the totality of the universes at large and that expression and what that means for all of us in the given here and now. So just be aware of that when we are stepping into the space together, because I think that there is going to be quite a diverse expression being brought forward, and it's about how you're willing to engage within the space and how far you want to take this information is what I want to share. But the Angelic Council stepped forward with a message today that was titled We Begin, and they started with, Dear light beings, thank you for showing up today. We know many of you have found it difficult. The energies are ever increasing to stop you pressing forward and reaching spaces of expanse. And I've definitely been feeling this of late. However, we assure you that your light alone truly does conquer all. Our expression here will be a stepping stone to allow for you to break free from perhaps such strict understandings that have kept you trapped in the unconscious and subconscious mind. We will be allowing for our light to shine forth so that you can see us in our totality, which then reflects back to you all that you are also. We hope that in the weeks to come we can provide information that will allow for you to expand your horizons and see the world through perhaps a new set of eyes. Eyes that will allow for a deeper expression of personal power and strength. We wish to remind you that this is a space for you. We merely provide information from which you can decide to take further in your expression or not. You all carry the merit of free will here. This is a reminder that we'll be covering topics that you may not have had the understanding of this before in this lifetime. This is a reminder that we'll be pushing boundaries and allowing for the truth to step forward within this space. This will be challenging for some, and this will certainly trigger many. Our expression alone of what we will be bringing forward already has, and this was something that we took into deep consideration also. This, dear soul, merely a vehicle for our expression. Please remember this when conversing with one another. We would like to attune you to a deeper frequency. If you would like to partake in this space, let this be the frequency you come to time and time again when connecting with us here. This is a stepping stone for the information to come. We will continue to come back to this base energy when we converse with one another in this space. For those that have been seeking for deeper connection, this is it. Please close down your eyes and receive now. So I'm going to allow for the Angelic Council to come through me, to speak through me, to attune us to the frequency that they would like us to be working with them in this space moving forward. So please do close down your eyes, everyone that wish to be partaking in this space, and I'm going to allow for the Angelic Council to come in. Thank you all for seeding this expression of expanse here with us. We know that this has been trying times, testing times for many, and we support you in your space of expanse and willingness to step forward within this space, no matter what is closing down around you, no matter what perceived notions of expression others are trying to push onto you at this time. This is about your personal power and strength and how you would like to be engaging within this space moving forward. We ask that you remain heart open in this space. Just take some deep breaths with us now. Allow for our frequency to enter into your higher heart chakra, into your heart chakra, into your throat, into your third eye, and your crown. We're going to be working with the upper chakras for the predominant part of this expression. Moving forward, we'll be connecting you into the energies of Mother Gaia as we move deeper into the expression of expanse. This is going to be for you to tune into that which will be most helpful for you in your expression moving forward within your personal spaces. There is going to be information that each of you will be receiving also very differently. There is no one right way to be receiving this information of all that we are bringing forward. So many offshoots of understandings will come forward to so many. And this will then lead you to deeper aspects of research and personal empowerment and perhaps frustration in times of deeper expression that is going to be combative of that which you thought you once knew. This dear soul has been collapsing within self time and time again this week, and this has been something that has been challenging to watch, although knowing that this is going to be the deepest expanse of her expression to date. This is also something that will be happening to many of you that wish to be partaking in this series with us, this expression with us, this information with us. So many of you have already asked for this expanse, and we are setting forward and in motion that which you have already asked us to do and provide for you in this expression here and now. So many of you we know at a heart-centered space, and you are just remembering and tuning in to that frequency with us now. Allow for our energy to be taking into your solar plexus, into your sacral and into your root chakra. We're going to ground you into Gaia's energy, into Avalon energy, into the center of Earth and all expanse. You are merely a speck in a cataclysm of understandings and expressions of the highest light and highest vibration at all times. It is up to you how deeply you wish to enter in these vessels with your own physical vessel and understanding, how much you would like to enter into these spaces with your etheric vessel and body, and how much you would like to surrender into this space to allow for your soul to receive more and come back into perhaps just a reawakening of information that you have already known in previous lives. Many of you are at a turning point in your journey, and you are ready to just receive more. What this more translates to you will be ever individual on your expression and on your path. This will be quite a tender space for some. This will be reaching spaces of expression and understanding that you haven't been ready to face within self up until this journey of your self-expression right now in the here and understandings of now. We keep saying here and now because everything is ever changing, so it is important that you come back to a state of stability within self, within your etheric body, physical vessel, and mental mind. The mind does not lead. The heart truly does lead. Please remember this when moving forward in this expression with us here as the Angelic Council, with this vessel, with this vehicle of change and expression through us, which is Starr. It is about understanding where you are in your soul-centered space if you're willing to be partaking within this expression with us moving forward. This is about you understanding that you are an expression of all that is already. This is merely just reawakenings to some. This is about the expanse that you have been seeding for some time, many lifetimes in the previous years, but this is about you standing forward in your strength and in your power now, ready to receive it all, everything that you have been asking for, but you do have personal will and justice in this space. None of you are bound to this expression. You're allowed to receive this information in its totality and in its purest form. We ask that all of you step forward in this space in the highest light of the highest vibration at all times to receive this energy, our energy and the frequencies of that, and the universes at large. There will be much information regarding other galaxies, other expressions of expanse and universes that you perhaps have not had the privy of understanding yet this lifetime. This will be a turning point for some. This will be a splitting, a fracture of understanding for so many, and we look forward to holding your hands within this space. This is not going to be for all. Some will decide to turn around now, and that is completely okay. That is your soul's expression, allowing for you to know your boundaries and where you would like to move next. Please know that we support you, whether you decide to be partaking on this expression or not. We will hold your hand if you decide to call upon us at any time outside of this space. You are not bound to this space through us, through angelic understandings or frequencies at any given time. This is about you deciding whether you would like to receive this information or not. We will always support you in all your spaces, so do not hesitate to reach out to us, any angels that you feel like you would like to be conversing with at this time. We are all merely energy, and it is up to you to call us in if you would like to receive our frequency. There'll be much more on our energy and how to receive us and why we are here in the weeks to come, and we thank you for showing up in the space in the here and now. We would like to make sure that each chakra is in complete alignment to be receiving our energy. And we've decided to bring in the chakras into this understanding so that you can have a more tangible space to be receiving our energy. Some of you already work very deeply with the chakra system, so we thought that this would be a solid alignment for some of you to find a solid grounding in this space with us, so that you can be partaking with us at a deeper capacity in your physical vessel, in your etheric body, and your energetic energy at large. We thank you all for showing up today, and we will ground you back into the base frequency of your own energy. We will subside our energy and allow for you to attune into the space whenever you feel called. This will be a frequency that you know and that you love if you wish to be partaking in this space. If it has been triggering for some, know that you will receive our expression in a different vibration, and that is completely okay. We wish to leave you here with this dear soul Starr to explain a little bit more about how she's been feeling in this space, because we think it's important for her to share her personal expression alongside this expanse also. But thank you all for being with us today, and we'll be back oh so very soon. And I've definitely found it incredibly challenging to be wanting to show up to this space, everyone. I've definitely found myself resisting this, expression, because I know it's going to be triggering for so many, and because I know I'm going to be bringing information forward that, others haven't been privy to as yet. And I've definitely been standing in, imposter syndrome somewhere within all of that, what gives me the right to be bringing forward this information. And, I think that any given soul out here could turn, very much within self within that expression and think, why am I worthy of receiving information from anything of a higher source? And I don't truly see it as a higher source. I've always seen myself as equal to anything that has been stepping forward to me. And, I've always had to remind myself of ego in that space, and perhaps thought that I was, incredibly stood in my ego, because I didn't necessarily have this bow down notion that others seem to have to teams of I've been brought 2 tiers in the presence of teams of light. Absolutely, I felt frequencies that, you know, are just unimaginable to what I thought was possible in these realms. But I never found myself as seeing myself as, you know, a lower expression of these energies. And this was definitely a correlation with, you know, what I didn't resonate within darker practices and understandings, is this idea of sacrificing anything else to a different entity. I just didn't see that as right somewhere. It just didn't feel right for me to be in that space and engaging in that way. And I definitely seen, you know, where the boundaries of that are blurred in terms of, you know, allowing for an energy to feel like it has power over you. So please remember that when engaging in your spaces of your personal practices and growth as well. You know, these energies and frequencies want you to feel like you are part of them. They want you to feel like you are in alignment with their energy and that we are all as one. So if you are receiving an expression that isn't necessarily of that, I would say that you are perhaps, you know, coming face to face with self-serving expressions at this time, which might not be necessarily helpful for you seeding in your expression of light in your expanse, is what I want to share. So that's just a side message for some that felt intuitively like that was stepping forward. But I've been really having to stand stronger in my convictions of who I believe myself to be. And, you know, we are all incredibly powerful souls. It's just about how we decided to, you know, express ourselves at this lifetime. And apparently I decided to be here, you know, myself and Anne Maria decided to create this space already. This is something that came as a massive surprise to us, you know, whenever it was when we first started to be seeding in this expression. I think it's been about a year, maybe a year and a half, coming up for 2 years of this channel. So, you know, it was very much a shock to us when we received this information. We did not think that this was going to be something we would be partaking on to this degree, and evermore we are stepping forward in this space and just, you know, mind blown every day by information that is being brought forward. And I'm sure that it is the same for each and every one of you. And please know that we see all of you as an extension of our own personal energy. I know every single soul that, you know, steps by in this space, and I'm incredibly grateful for each of you. You know, I guess fulfilling your soul's contracts somewhere to those that are wanting to step forward. And, you know, this is not to shame those that are wishing to, you know, not be here in this space. It just perhaps means that you have other soul contracts that are in other spaces for you. So please remember that. Do not feel shame if you are receiving content and you think this is not for me. It just means that you have elsewhere to be, and that is completely okay in your expression. So please do tune into this frequency. Do ask for the Angelic Council to step forward in their expression to you. And you can say, you know, I don't want to be receiving Lucifer's energy in that space. For those that feels uncomfortable with, you know, this is not a it comes with all. You can decide however and whomever you would like to be engaging with at any given moment. And, you know, put your parameters of extra protection in this space if you're feeling you know, a little bit fearful. Ask for your teams of light, whomever they are predominantly, to step forward with you in this space, and they will, you know, guide you to the right expression, and for those expressions to be those that have the highest frequency for you right now in your soul's expanse. So, you know, this perceived understanding of the Light Renegades might not be your space, and that is completely okay. I promise you will find your tribe, you'll find your space. And, you know, please do reach out to us if you are looking to be engaging with others at this time. You know, if you're saying that, if you're feeling that the Light Renegades perhaps aren't for you, don't hesitate to reach out, because we might be able to help you find the spaces that might be more aligned to you as well. We are completely open to that. So please do reach out, you know, however you find yourself in your expression. If you are floundering at this time, you know, we are here to support you. This is why we wanted to create the Light Renegade space, you know, for a space of community and an expression that we can all come together and share in our understandings as well. So please go easy with each other in this space. Please go easy with me in this space. This is definitely something that I've been incredibly hesitant to be stepping forward in, because, you know, I have come through strict doctrine somewhere. I went to Catholic schooling, although you know, I'm not inherently Catholic. It was just a good school that was a nearby school for no, it wasn't actually nearby, but it was a good school for me to go to. That was what my parents decided for me. There's a whole, you know, layers of that understanding that I could spend hours speaking about, and, you know, that's been part of my life path. That's why I'm here also. I was supposed to be gauging in that understanding of this strict doctrine, and I've been really having to break down my subconscious mind to be able to bring this information forward, because I know we're going to be touching on topics of, you know, spirituality and religion. I've become face to face with my own perceived biasness time and time again. I've been having to break down my own mental capacities to even be able to be engaging in this space at all, with engaging anything that was outside of the realms of, you know, what I perceived spirituality / religion to be. And the more that I've stepped in this space, you can see my whole you know, transformation in my expression with connecting with Lucifer, that is connected to the Darkness series. I'll tag a link in the expression. I'll tag a link in the description below. I can't speak today, everyone. I will tag a link in the description below if you want to be partaking in that space, because I very much started with, I didn't want to be engaging with Lucifer's energy at all. I was finding him in spaces and I was killing him, because there was different timelines that I was connected to Lucifer's energy. I'm going to say more of a they expression now. I just see him as an entity, as a him, but it's more of a they moving forward in my expression. And it's it's taken on a whole energy of itself, and I really had to find my light within the darkness, and I think some of you are on the precipice of that too. So this might not be your space for you right now. You might want to be partaking in the darkness series to come through a whole full circle moment in your expression, to see darkness perhaps as not truly negative, as something that you can find a lot of wealth and a lot of knowledge in. And then maybe you might want to be partaking in this space with us also, because I feel like you kind of do have to be engaging with the understanding of Lucifer's energy to some degree for the next part to be making sense fully to you. A soul center space is what I want to share, and I didn't feel that expression until right now, so that's just something that's dropping in intuitively and being brought forward in this space. So please go gently, please go lightly, and I guess keep coming back at a second, third glance of where you are in your expression, and what is feeling helpful to you in this space. You don't want to be feeling like you are not able to function, or things being brought forward to your table that is just completely shattering your understanding, and it's not feeling comfortable for you. But I will say to you that the spiritual path and the path of expanse does not feel comfortable. It feels harrowing, it feels confusing, it feels incredibly dark, it feels absolutely earth-shattering at times, and I've had quite a violent awakening, and I don't often hear a lot of people's expression in that space, but it was a very violent space for me to be in, physically and mentally, emotionally. It very much felt like I was just losing all aspects of self. It was because I was having to go through such rapid succession of expanse. So if you would like to know a little bit more about that expression, please do not hesitate to reach out to me as well. I can help you in that space, and I think I will do another video kind of explaining a little bit more what my awakening felt like at different moments, because I've definitely been brought back to the beginning of my expression so that I could understand it at a deeper capacity now, because I know there's going to be souls that are just awakening. We were told that the Light Renegades information isn't going to necessarily be for the souls that are in the here and now. It's going to be for those that are waking up perhaps at a little bit of a later date, because I feel like their energy has been very much tied to this real strict understanding that is being brought forward with the negative reptilians to such a degree with regards to mass media. And I definitely feel like religion is being brought forward in that space predominantly now. I've seen a massive shift of late of where the negative reptilian influence is definitely siphoning bits of religion and coercing that energy in their spaces to make it seem a little bit more palatable, the energy that they're bringing forward, which is a very clever tactic, but also we see it and we're counterbalancing it in this space also. So please go gently, please go well, and I will see you next week, everyone. But please make sure that you are always coming back to center with self, and asking your personal teams of light to help guide you in the spaces to provide the information that is going to be most helpful for you in your expression. If this is not with us at the Light Renegades, I wish you all the best. I know that you'll find your tribe, and please know that you always have a space here with us, and my arms are open to anyone and what expression they ever step forward in, if they are just looking for support within their spaces, or a place to just feel like they can be heard and validated in your space. I see you, I hear you, and I really wish that I'd had more souls when I was very first awakening, but I know there's been a method to the madness so that I can step forward in this space and provide that service now for some. So I feel incredibly humbled in this space. I know that I'm ready to be partaking in this journey. It's been taking some teething problems for myself, but and standing stronger in my convictions every day. And I wish for that to only be the expression that I bring forward to all of you as well. I want for all of you to be standing in your sovereignty and in your power at any given moment, and to be surpassing all of these energies, to be connecting in your personal spaces with all of these teams of light. They are here for you to be witnessing, they are here for you to be experiencing, and however you're experiencing them in your expression right now is what's going to be best for you in your space. So remember that. Please have patience on your path. I tried to run at this, leap at this, and I just ran straight into a wall and it hurt. So please go gently, please go easy, please go well. Even when you feel like you want to be leaping ahead, perhaps it's not the time. Listen to your body, listen to your vessel, listen to your vehicle of change and energy at this time, because your body will always tell you what it needs. And I've been definitely having to tune in a little bit more intuitively of how I want to be eating, what I want to be consuming, and making sure that I'm really looking after my life as a whole, and finding that deep balance within social time, within time with my family, time that I need with my teams of light, and what all of that means as a whole for me as a soul expanding as well. And I think those expressions are being brought forward to the collective as well. So please take a look, take a step back from your life and just assess where you are right now, and assess the spaces that you might need to be working at a deeper capacity, so that you can find a little bit more balance and peace, because you definitely need balance and peace in order to feel ready and stable to be moving forward in this space of expanse. And that was something that I was definitely missing on this path time and time again, as I needed to find my stability and my place of peace in order to feel safe enough to be connecting with energies of ether and higher dimensions. So that's a side message for some, but please have a beautiful weekend for those that are in real time, and I'll be back real soon. But take care.